gentlemen, how are you doing tonight? Oh, that's a nice warm My name is Brett Ballin. I'm a local high school music teacher and keyboardist and guitarist and stuff, and I'm here with my songwriting partner and fellow bandmates to do a fundraiser concert for you. I won't be speaking your ears off all night long, but I wanted to sort of give you a run through how the night is going to look. It starts sort of a while ago when Wilma and I met at a wake for Bill Watson. If anybody remembers Bill Watson, he was a local drummer. He was the first drummer I ever saw live in my life. I think I was maybe 10, 11 years old. I remember that concert. It was at the old basement on 3rd Avenue. And he blew my mind. I didn't know people could do that for a living, and sort of made my whole career. Anyway, I met, started my whole career. Met Wilma at his wake, which turned out eventually to be an annual fundraiser for the Saskatoon Jazz Society. And my eyes were kind of open, thinking like, wow, you can do more with music than just sell records and go on the road and stuff? Like this, of course, right? So, I mean, I knew you could do that at a larger level, like Farm Aid and things like that, but I didn't think it could be done at a local level with much success, but it really opened my eyes. I'm also really inspired by the people who run Band Swap, who are essentially professional musicians and sort of just like local entrepreneurs that use the power of music in the community around musicians to do something other than be on the road forever away from their families or not sell records, because as we all know, nobody really buys records anymore, except for you, downstairs later, perhaps. So Wilma and I got together writing songs over the last year and a half, and they started to center around the theme of celebrating life and some personal experiences of ours that went into the songwriting that, together with Bill's story, led us to believe that it was a good idea to A, not go on the road, B, not make a record, but rather C, hold benefit concerts. So this is the first annual thing that we're doing. We chose the Prairie Hospice Society as our benefactor to reflect the type of songs that we were writing, but also because they're just a really great organization. I won't speak to them very much. We're going to have a representative up with them soon. The first set of music you'll hear tonight is a short set of a suite of songs that Wilma and I have wrote together over the last year and a half. We've gotten together every Monday night for the last year and a half. So this represents about, I want to say like 500 hours worth of band work. It's a lot of stuff. And I'd never really written originals and stuff before, so it was just a pleasure to work with Wilma doing that. After that set is over, we're going to take a short break so that you can go downstairs and A, refresh your drink, and B, get acquainted with the Prairie Hospice Society if you have any questions, or if you would like to sign up to be a volunteer, or if you would like to bid on any of the silent auction items, which are a pretty big moneymaker for the society this year. Then we'll give you about 20-25 minutes to do that, and we'll come back, and then the real show, the Divas of Caswell, will actually begin. So if you have any children that have a babysitter at home, tell them, like, 10:30, something like that. I have young kids, so I'm thinking about that kind of stuff. Anyway, I also wanted to mention that it was a premise of Wilma and I's that we don't ask any musician to ever work for free. That's a really big, important thing for me. They are certainly not making trillions and trillions of dollars doing this, but they're not being asked to donate their services because they enjoy doing what they're doing. That's an issue that's near and dear to my heart and my, of course, career. But so we're not doing that tonight. They may or may not choose to donate their services back, but we're including that in our expenses. That's, I think, important. I don't know if that's important to you. It's important to me. So, many of you have worked on fundraising things before. It's a pretty common sort of statistical thing that about 50% of your income goes to expenses and 50% of the income goes to the cause at hand. And we're working at about 75-25 rate. 75% of the 25% of our total income is expenses. 75% will go directly to the Prairie Hospice Society. So I think that's a pretty good ratio, and we'll probably continue doing this the next year. We also have 2 sellouts tonight and tomorrow night. So thanks for being part of it. I'm talking far too much. Let's get to the part where we actually listen to music together. Without further ado, Wilma Critic.
honest love is difficult to own, but in sleepy hollow, I don't know when love came tapping, I didn't say no. About as diva as it gets. Kind of sparkly, huh? But it's really warming. So this is a song that I wrote after watching numerous people walking past my living room window on a beautiful fall afternoon, staring at their screens. Mother Earth's breakup song with us, because I'm, you know, sort of like, pay attention. The thing is, she doesn't need you. She's better off left all alone. She isn't hiding, and she'll celebrate once you are gone. She waits for your demise. You might close your screen and lift your eyes. Can't you see? Can't you see? She's such a beauty, sir. All the leaves are yellow and red, and the geese are flying. She's such a beauty, deserve. You can fall in love with her without even trying. Big time, we ruined our only real home, and we hid behind lies and excuses. But she bides her time, 'cause she knows that along will come another light, and we'll close our screen and we'll lift our eyes. They are weapons of mass destruction, 'cause poetry is fine for the bard, but love and reconstruction is what we need now. Is what we need now. Is what we need now. they're taking their sides. Myself included, I'm a very righteous person. But I don't like it when I am. Well, you can stay if you're able. We're on the same page. You're harder to the table. You're righteous one. Yeah, you're a righteous one. Come on and take my hand. Yes, we agree. There's room for you and there's room for me. We're the righteous ones. Yeah, we're the righteous ones. But I'm the queen of battle, the princess again. I'll turn your doubts into a righteous man. You can count on me. I've got nothing up my sleeve, but a whole lot of answers. Just stay if you're able. We're on the same page. You're a letter to the table. You're a righteous one. Yeah, you're a righteous one. Come on and take my hand. 'Cause we agree. There's room for you and there's room for me. We're the righteous ones. Yeah, we're the righteous ones. Everything is black and white when you define what is bad. Don't admit that you just feel sad. Never ever listen when you don't like what you hear. Put your thoughts in a box and go and have another This next song is actually a tune that Brett and I didn't write. I wrote this song with another fine musician in this city, Mr. Doug Scarrow. And this song is about all the weird and amazing ways that people try to find joy in their life. And if there's anything that my friend Linda taught me is joy can be right there. Linda's partner is he's still around? Linda's partner is one of the grumpiest men I've ever met in my life. He was a grumpy old fart. He was. Pardon? Yes, yes. It probably came out that way as a baby, yes. And when he met Linda, he turned into the biggest marshmallow you've ever met. She just did a number on him and he just turned to mush. And he called her Poopsie, and he took care of her for 30 years and was a wonderful caregiver for her. And, okay, I have to put these two stories together, sorry. So, I'm on a mountainside on a mule. My daughter decided was a really good gift to give me for when I went to visit her in the Dominican Republic. Let's go right up to the farm that I'm working on a mule along the mountain path. I don't know if you've ever ridden on a mule, but they're ugly, grumpy old things. And this one fit the bill perfectly. And it was terrifying. Like, the path seemed like it was about that wide, and this thing did not want me on it. And I'm terrified, and I thought, okay, I have to think about something else. So I started watching the mule in front of me that my daughter was on, you know, thinking, yes, I'm going to watch her slide off the mountain and die. What I noticed is that this mule was placing this hoof, I guess is what they're called, foot, down, and then move that one, and the other one would come, and then the one behind would come, and they would place the first one so carefully so that, you know, they knew it was solid, and then this one, and it was really, really graceful, like amazingly graceful. So I'm on this mule thinking, the grumpy old fart has some grace. Yeah, yeah, and that's where this song came from, and it's called Bella. That's the name of the mule. Stop the mule, you're trying to shake me, trying to get your way. The owner laughs and rubs your ass just to bring you down. Ears lie flat, teeth are bared, seems like you might win. This mountain path seems risky as we start our night. From the way you look, you've been around, you gotta cross so far. It would take a pounding heart just to break it down. Time to sing, to cover in your brother tongue. Calculate the risk as your hand holds mine. No one knows what I have seen. Just like a ballerina. Each time as you move, and the mule can too. A mule can too. Be beautiful. Try to fight what is hard and cruel, but it sneaks back all the time. You could fill a heart with bitterness and pain. Or turn the prism to the lights, let the colors in, find our balance and do the dance again. No one knows what I have
so much fun. And it'll be fun room too. Like this, like people sort of surrounding us and stuff. I don't know if it's good for you watching people's butts and they're playing, but it's fun for us to be sort of like able to see each other, communicate. What a great venue this is. I'd like to invite a representative from the Prairie Hospice Society now, Doug, to come up here and speak to you about kind of why we're here tonight, and what that society, what that organization does for our community. So, Doug Warman, come on up here and say.
Thank you very much, Brett. As he said, I'm Doug Warman. I'm the board chair for Prairie Hospice Society, the charity that this benefit concert is going to benefit. And thank you all very much for coming here tonight and buying the tickets. I'd like to tell you a story about Irene, one of the people in this community that our volunteers helped. But I'll talk about Irene a little bit later. I'll talk firstly a little bit about Prairie Hospice Society. We provide compassionate care and non-medical support to people who are nearing their end of life in the city. We do this through our network of highly trained volunteers. We call them the heart of caring. Our volunteers are incredibly special people. And we do this in the homes of the people we serve. We like to think of ourselves as a person-centered organization. So although we lapse into the language of we serve clients, but what we are is that we are person-centered. We serve terminally ill people in the community, their families, and their caregivers. Our volunteers, who receive about 30 hours of training before they go in the homes of the terminally ill, are very carefully matched by our 2 part-time volunteer coordinators, one-to-one with the person that they're serving, based on common interests, if they like gardening or music or cards. And the volunteer who is matched with the person we're serving is constant throughout that individual's journey till the end of that journey. So it is always the same person going in with the same client into their home. We do everything we can to help the people that we serve, and we try to help them change their thought process, change their focus from waiting to die to living well until they die. Saskatoon has no residential hospice. I don't know if you're aware of that. We're told we're the largest community in the country without one. And it's because of people like Irene, who I'm going to talk to you about, that Prairie Hospice was formed less than 5 years ago tonight. We began our Hospice Without Walls program, excuse me for the people who my back is to. We began our Hospice Without Walls program less than 5 years ago. We initially trained 22 volunteers downstairs in this building less than 5 years ago to be matched with people who are terminally ill and to provide the support, friendship, compassionate ear, help as they near their death. We now have over 100 trained volunteers, and we have 21 more finishing their training next door on Saturday, so we'll be able to continue to take many referrals. We're very happy about that. Since January of 2013, so in less than 5 years, we've had over 320 referrals for service, and people ranging in age from 7 to 109. And in fact, I have to amend that because last week we had an 18-month-old referred to us that we'll be taking on. At any given time, now that we have a large group of trained volunteers, we're serving anywhere between 45 and 60 people at any one time, with their volunteers carefully matched one-to-one. We also believe we serve, as I said, their families and their other caregivers. We started a second program, Hospice Now, about 3 years ago, and it helps address the emergent needs of the terminally ill in our community. Often this means driving. As an example, 2 years ago in April, we had an 11-year-old girl who was referred to us, and all she wanted to do was finish the school year out, and she could not take the bus anymore because of her condition, and her parents couldn't get her to and from school, so they came to us. And within 6 hours, we had set up a slate of volunteers who drove her for the rest of the school year to and from every day. And that's what the Hospice Now program is like. While the people we help are all ages, all genders, and multicultural, we most often serve older, widowed women, the caregivers of Saskatoon. And perhaps most startling, at any given time, between 10 and 20 people have no one else in the city, no family, no friends upon whom they can rely. So try to imagine that, facing death alone. Which now brings me to Irene and her volunteer, Tammy. Irene was referred to us last November. She was a widow in her 70s with no family or close supports within Saskatoon. And she told us she wanted her volunteer just to come into her home and help her get her house organized for her death. And Tammy did this for the first 2 visits in the first week in which she was her volunteer. Now, I don't know if any of you remember last November, but it was much different than this November. It was a beautiful, warm, sunny month. So on her 3rd visit, Tammy suggested to Irene that it was such a beautiful day, let's go for a walk by the river, which they did. And then 2 days later, when Tammy went back, Irene already had her hat on, her coat on, her boots on, ready to go to the river. Irene then asked Tammy that rather than going on walks for each visit, what she wanted to do was go to lunch to her favorite places in the city. And so that's what Tammy and Irene did, is they went for lunch at very special places. And by May, they had exhausted all the places that Irene had been to before. So she said, now take me to places I've never been to. And the Firestead Cafe out at Solar Gardens was the first on the list. Irene died in September, and Tammy had helped her live well until she died. We do not charge for our services. We receive no government program funding. We are not part of the health region, and we have no sustainable funding. We depend entirely upon the generosity of community members, individuals, organizations, foundations, and fundraisers with really great friends like happening tonight. While our expenses relate to 3 part-time staff, training and supporting our volunteers, and running the office of a charitable organization, you could say that $240 helps us serve 1 person each month. Which brings me to tonight. Thank you all for supporting Prairie Hospice Society by buying your tickets for this event tonight. For every 8 of you at each group or each table, you're supporting 1 client for the month of November. So thank you very, very much. It's not our usual practice to have a donation table at our fundraising events. However, Wilma and Brett encouraged us to do so. So downstairs we do have a fundraising table with information about Prairie Hospice Society. We can accept donations by cash, check, or credit card, or you could take a brochure home if you're interested, and an informational brochure. There is a silent art auction as well. There is a major art exhibit going on downstairs, so that isn't the art auction. We have 3 pieces. They're on a table across from our table, and then at the end of the intermission, we'll close the art auction, and I'll bring up the names of the winning bidders. There's one item that has a reserve bid on it, so if it's not met, we won't be doing that. So we'll announce that at the end of the evening, after the concert is over, the winning bidders could come on down and pay for us and collect their item. So if you've not committed all of your charitable donations for 2017, we encourage you to think about Prairie Hospice to help us help people live well until they die. In closing, I first would like to thank Penny Stalker and Ken Coutu, who in early September held a garden party which raised more than enough funds to cover all the costs associated with tonight's event and tomorrow night's event. So every dollar of your ticket is going directly to Prairie Hospice tonight. Thank you. And finally, thank you so very, very much to the 4 divas, Wilma Cronin, Eileen Laverty, Jen Lane, and Jillian Snyder, and of course Brett Ballin and the band. This was their idea. We didn't go to them. They came to us. Thank you very, very much.
So this is the song that started this whole little ride. So my friend Linda had MS, and she lived a lovely life. The last bit was really tough, but she was the kind of person, for example, Ron left to come to town and said, "Don't get into any trouble, Poopsie." And the first thing she did was wheeled her chair, her electric chair, out into the garden and got stuck. And she was out there for 4 hours before he came home in May. And I said to her, like, "Wow, didn't you just go crazy?" And she said, "Well, no, I just kind of got zen with the beans. She used to feel so sorry for me because I was so busy and I just had so much going on all the time. She said, I just get to sit and watch like beans grow, you know? So towards the end, her MS was doing a number with her brain, and the words were all a little bit wonky. But at the end, there was a lot of pain, and I was saying to her, like, you know, you can go, and she said to me, yeah, but you know, sometimes the sky is so blue. So, okay, hang in there for that blue sky, whatever it takes, sweetheart. And at the very, very end, she was asking me for blue sky. And I didn't know what she meant until I realized that what she was doing was she was asking for the pills, because that's what was getting her through. So this song came together from all of these little bits and pieces of Linda. And she was an inspiration to me, and she just absolutely hated it when I said stuff like that, because she said, no, I'm not an inspiration. Yes, you are. No. Okay. But she was, and so this song is called Zen with the Beans.
Blue sky, sky blue, ease my pain with a pill or two. Sit you down here and take my hand, ease my path to the promised land. But I won't stay still, never thought the blues was a cup I could fill. I spent my time sitting out in the sun and getting zen with beans. Have you ever seen a bean grow? I have seen a bean grow. Tender tendrils wrapped around the wire.
That's about it for us this set. I'd like to give you a sneak peek of what's happening for you in a second. We're going to take a 15-minute break, but before that, please welcome to the stage the actual divas of Caswell. Champagne, everybody, and Thanks, everyone. See you in about 15 minutes. You feel like an announcement.